Do you want the QiMen Divinity program, the final product, when it's completed, for free? If you would like that, please put in a me at this section right now. That's right. So many of you, right? So on top of that, do you want a proven step-by-step system into learning the entire QiMen system and applying it to all aspects of your life in an easy to follow method, or eliminate all the uncertainties like don't know how to do this, don't know how to do that, a step-by-step format, like a complete system that goes deep into the subject of QiMen Dunja and making sure that it really transforms your life, not a program that will sit on the shelf and do nothing. Right. So here's how you can get it. In a couple of weeks' time from now, I am going to open up the enrollments for my once-a-year QiMen Academy for the general public. Now, and as you already know, that my QiMen Academy Advanced retails for $1,997. Now, this is to the general public, of course, and you guys are not the general public. You guys, as I said earlier on, 4 days ago, you're part of my tribe. For all of you guys here, you guys are going to get a special privilege enrollment access to the QiMen Academy Advanced. Now, this program is created based on all the same and advanced applications that I've used in my business and in the businesses that of my clients that I've helped over the years. And seriously, until today, it's never been easier to teach this subject because we have an Explorer software, we have all the tools, we have all the charts, ready-made charts and all. It became much easier to pass on this knowledge and to make it applicable. At the end of the day, you want a program that's not just a program about strategy or just a tool, but a true step-by-step follow-up plan or follow-through plan that keeps you not just accountable, but make sure that the transformation actually happens in your life. So here's a look on what the plan looks like. That entire battle plan is what I call the QiMen Unifying Model. I want to give you access to this, have an understanding of this vast subject. And as you know, QiMen Dunja is sometimes can get a little bit sophisticated or complicated. And before you even see results, sometimes people get confused and they give up. So what I want you to do is to show you that this unifying model actually helps address all these concerns. It helps you expand on the subject and topics that you probably already know from the QiMen Divinity program, and it expands and dives deeper into every subject and make sure that you have a full understanding and command over the subject. So what we've got here is a program not just about strategy, but a true tool that can be a step-by-step follow-up plan that keeps you accountable for your transformation that is about to happen in your life. So here's what the plan looks like. This is called the QiMen Unifying Model, and it has 4 stages really. And at the base, it's all about the extremities. There are a lot of cases where urgent and important things that need to happen, and you need to fix it, and you need to deploy QiMen to fix that problem. Listen, we have a lot of urgent, sudden things that happen in your life, and we need help, right? So how do we get to that point? Now, many people think that they should start with this, but that's not the way to master QiMen. In fact, in QiMen, there are 4 layers. The pillars that help you, that is the entire structure of QiMen Dunja, and then there's the core, and then there's the peak. But you have to start here. You have to start first with the right sage mind. Now, in the QiMen Divinity program, you have a glimpse of it. If this is the first time you're doing QiMen, you get a glimpse of this subject. How do you actually access your guardian of destiny? How do you command it? But this is a thorough command and control over what state of mind you need to be in. How do you get in tune with it before you can do super forecasting? Now, super forecasting is in fact the strategies, the hows, the ways to get to where you want or what you want in your life. This is so important because a lot of times you just don't want to know the why and what's. The why and what's just answers the big question and you sort of understand something about it. But truly, if you want change, you first need to know how to change, right? How to get to the outcome. So this is really what it is about, right? I'm going to tell you what this is shortly, right? The content, but this itself really is getting to where you want to be. Okay, and then how do you redefine that reality for yourself, right? What are the game changers? What modifies the subject? What can you do to enhance something or to mitigate a problem after you forecasted the problem, right? So that is the pillars. You got to know what affects that the forecasted outcome. And finally, once you know how to do that, that's when you deploy immediate tactics or methods that can be immediately used to get an outcome. You can't, in emergency cases, there's no time to strategize. That's what it means. You can't just say, oh shit, there's an emergency, I'm going to cause a strategy here to solve the problem. No, you don't. You got to find a tactic. If someone is drowning, there's no strategy. You got to deploy a tactic to solve that problem. Okay, so if you are facing difficulties, you need a tactic. When you have time, you do strategy. So this whole thing here is called the unifying model. And I want to tell you, if and when you participate in the advanced program, at every stage, you're going to gain mastery over these subjects. And this is the path where you could cut the invisible ropes that held you back all these years and move you forward. And it is not difficult at all. I'm going to show you how it is cut, but you need to see how it is cut in order for you to be able to move forward. So the first part is to get to the peak level, that's at controlling and mastering the sage mind. At this stage, it's all about intuition and how to be in tune to the sage mind. Okay, so all the strategies here is about getting attuned to the divine energy. What to expect in a manifestation process and the time duration that is used in mastering this manifestation process. This everything that you need to know about getting into the sage mind is discussed and taught in this module. And after that, we move on to the most important part, I think, in part of the sage mind. When you're doing forecasting, and if you're doing forecasting, part of the challenges is being able to determine what the useful God is. Now, useful God, if you're not done forecasting before, is being able to identify the subject matter. Clarity on the subject matter, being able to catch the correct point of focus, determines the entire outcome of a reading. So I'm going to show you exactly how with a step-by-step method into achieving this. This is, in fact, the very essence of forecasting itself. And you can only do this if you have an attunement to the sage mind. And some of you have seen me done live before in a live Q&A, actually using forecasting. And the way I'm able to pick up those things is because of this. There is an art to it. I'm going to show you exactly the secret into doing that in a step-by-step format. Now, after you completed the first stage, you go on to the second stage, which is all about how do you do the forecasting. And so here, the first and foremost, and everyone needs to know that, the strategies on wealth and money matters. This section is all about knowing how to not just plan for a business if you own a business, but how do you transit if you want to forecast the ways of transiting from having a professional career and transiting into owning a business. Now, you don't have to become a business, a boss or owner to run a business. You can be an investor. And if you're going to be an investor, you need to know what are the dangers of investing in a certain company. People think that, can I just forecast the share price? No. You don't do that. In actual forecasting, every business is run by people and they have actions and decisions. If you can forecast whether their business decision is right or wrong, then you would be able to know if this particular company is worth for you to own equity in. Or you will now know what is the best course of action if you would like to expand and grow your business, or you will now know whether it's the right timing or the right choice in making a career-changing decision. That's how good this topic would be. Okay, that's all the wealth and money-related topics. And then move on to work and achievement and success, because I think it's extremely important to be able to navigate through office wars and politics. Listen, I know a lot of us don't like to play politics. Okay, nobody likes to do that. Unfortunately, it's not whether you like it or not. Every time when there's a lot of people in a large corporation, it's like you are participating in the Game of Thrones. There's almost no escape for it. So you might as well win it. To do that, you need to understand what are the evils or the challenges, that traps that people set for you, and how do you navigate them and actually turn those into opportunities. We've discussed that in this module. And then moving on, health, karma, and marriage. I think this is so important because sometimes, no, actually a lot of times, a lot of the problems are not your fault. And you're just put into that place, or maybe karmically or some other issues have caused you to be in that situation. The thing is this, you already dealt with this hand. How do you get out of it? That will be your choice, okay? Nobody can choose their beginning, but they can certainly choose the ending. And so if that is the case, then you need to know the strategies of how you can overcome certain health problems, certain karmic issues, and certain marriage issues that you're already in and you need to get out of. Now this, of course, took years of practice and consulting to get to this point, but surely I think you will find this a really, really gratifying topic to learn and to master. And this is at stage 5 of our advanced level, and it surely will complement wherever you're already learning so far. And then we'll talk about the modifiers and game changers. This is so important because this basically talks about, number one, you've seen some of these, right? The multipliers that we have used in the QiMen Divinity program. In the QiMen Divinity program, we talk about how we insert certain special formations into the destiny chart to create a certain outcome. But what about this in our actual forecasting? What about this in our strategies? What is known as the three flag barriers, right? How do you actually derive the three flag barriers, and how do you actually find the best strategies to solve money problems, career problems, health problems, or relationship problems that you're currently facing? I know it takes some effort, but at least there's a way to do it. This tells you the way to do it. If you like metaphysics, this topic alone makes hell of a difference. And the next thing are subtractors. Besides, multiplying something, something can take away something. Something can actually be threats, and they reduce your chances of success. And you want to know what this is, and you want to turn that around to use it in your favor, okay? So those are called subtractors. You learn multipliers in the QiMen Divinity, but what about subtractors? Subtractors actually reduce the outcome. So if you can add this to your QiMen Divinity program, you now know a second layer in that reading, okay? And of course, there are nullifiers, something that can totally nullify all the efforts that you put in a subject or a dream or a task. So you want to know what that is, but you can take advantage of this. You can nullify, other people's negativity, okay? Sometimes people will throw curveballs, or they might attack you. You don't know why they attack you. Maybe they attack you out of hurt, out of stress. Doesn't matter. That you can put that into emptiness, or into a nullifier, or disrupt, or reverse the attack. There are ways to do that as well. And here's the thing. How do you actually, initiate a comeback? When you are pressed to a corner and there's no way out, is there a way to actually initiate what we call a turnaround, okay? To turn the tables onto your enemies, and so that you can be the attacker instead of the victim, okay? So there are ways to do that. We call it the anomalies, and there are strategies that I want to share with you, and that will be on Module 9 or Week 9 in your training, okay? So all this complements your education. And finally, we get to what we call the base, the extremities. What are extremities? When there's danger, right? When you have emergencies, you can't wait for strategies to be deployed. You don't need to know tactics that you can deploy immediately to rectify certain dangers, certain health problems, certain relationship problems, that you can't wait for a strategy to be deployed. You use this. And we're going to discuss that in the final top secret technique or Week 10 in our education. So this, my friends, this is called the QiMen Unifying Model. Now, every single lesson here has taken me years to get to this point, to be able to simplify and synthesize everything to a simplified, applicable manner. Back in those days when I was a student of metaphysics, there was one teacher I remember that I went to, and he wanted to teach me a secret verse in a metaphysics subject I wanted to learn so much at the time, and that secret verse cost me 40,000 euros. And that time I was just starting out in my career. I was fresh after my university. I don't have money at all. Whatever I have at the time, I saved up. And I was just contemplating whether I should do it or not do it. I was thinking of studying myself at the time because I have access to some of these books as well. But you know what? For the longest time, I can't understand what the books were saying. And so I paid 40,000 euros, okay? At that time was a lot of money to a 22-year-old kid, yeah? So I went there and I paid for that subject, and that topic has only got 5 verses in Chinese. Now, you may think, what, 5 verses for 40,000 euros? That's a hell lot of money, right? I mean, who would be crazy enough to do this? my parents thought I was crazy. I was using whatever I had at the time to learn it. But that 40,000 euros at the time turned out to be the best investment I've ever made in my metaphysics career. It's a starting point. Today, I've invested more than a couple of $1 million in my education. However, at that time, if I didn't know that little secret, that little 1% to that 5 verses, I wouldn't have understood all the other secrets in that classics. That sort of unlocked everything. And so, different masters or different teachers, they have their so-called secret tools. Right? And a lot of the older masters are not willing to part with their secret tools. Now, to say that each and every one module here is worth $1,000 is really an understatement. Now, your investment in this program will only be $1,997. And for this price, I'm going to include the entire QiMen Divinity program, the Abundance Blueprint, the final version when it is ready along with this. So which means you enroll in the advanced program, which you have not done before until now, and it's a full complementary system to what you've already learned so far. And I'm going to give you the final product, the final edit, along with all the finished notes and all the contents that is not yet filmed as you sign up for this program. So this is special just for you guys in my tribe right now. So now, I know, not only that, some of you may say, but this is advanced. I'm not really sure if I'm okay with just jumping into advanced. I'm still a beginner here. I hear you, just in case that you are a beginner, right, and you really needed something. Here's the thing. I will also throw in the basic program. So which means you sign up for the advanced tier, I will include the entire QiMen Divinity finished product and the QiMen basic core modules along with this entire package. Now, just so you know, it will not be sold to anyone else for this price after this private training room closes. So please take note of this. This is the special privilege. You will get this and this entirely free as you join this special program. Now at this point, if you just scroll down this page a little bit, in your private training room, you will see a sign up button. Okay, now do it right now. Okay, you see that? Now go ahead and click on this button right now. Don't worry, it will open a new window. You'll still be watching this training right here with me. At this stage, if it feels like I'm trying to persuade you to join the new QiMen Academy, you're damn right, I am, because I truly, truly believe that this program can change your life. And a lot of effort has been put into this, and all the materials that is inside this QiMen Dunja program is transformational. I know because I use it for all my clients, I use it for myself, and I use it for a lot of students. But that's not the only reason I'm asking you to join me. If you've been following me and my work for some time now, you know that my personal mission is to bring Chinese metaphysics to the mainstream. And there's just too much misconception out there, and too many people have been misguided, and I need to get my message out to as many people as I can, and I need your help. If you know my stuff, then I'm one person closer to reaching this goal. And with your support, I believe I can spread this message. And that's why I've invited you into this special training room, letting you see the entire filming of the QiMen Divinity. This is one way I hope that can add value to your life. I can see the effort and the actual content before you subscribe to it. And I let you know there's actually a lot more that we will be doing. And if you sign up for a program that if you're not already done yet, it will complement that and take your training to the next level. So I'm going to make this offer even crazier for you. Crazier in the sense that it'll be crazy to say no, because I'm going to be giving this very, very special bonus or bonuses for those of you who would consider to take action right now. Okay, so now up to now, you know that these are the 3 programs that you'll be enrolling for the price of 1. Meaning if you enroll today in the QiMen Academy Advanced, you will be getting the other 2 programs absolutely free. Not only that, I'm going to throw in bonus 1 as a special to you guys. These are the cheat sheets. These cheat sheets are updated, they are new, and they will contain all the necessary information on like 1 or 2 pieces of paper based on subjects. So which means that when you want to access QiMen and use something, these are the key components that you need to know and need to remember when you're deploying the forecasting, when you're doing the reading, okay? This is really for a lot of lazy and forgetful people sometimes. Now, I'm not saying you guys are lazy, but there's some people who don't want to go through the hassle of reading too much, right? And in case you forgot everything that I've taught you and you somehow didn't finish the program or just got too busy, no worries. These are the cheat sheets. It is the easy reference. This will just speed up your entire process of doing your forecasting and using QiMen Dunja. And this is valued at $1,000. This is the type of cheat sheets that I used when I was a student. And I've, of course, rectified it, corrected, and updated it. And so that's why it is easy. This is what I personally use, okay? And definitely, it's worth much more than this alone. So I'm giving away these cheat sheets to anyone who is joining me in the QiMen Academy Advanced today. So this brings us to the summary of one additional bonus right here. So this, bear in mind that you're paying this price and you're getting all this at this point. And now, sometimes, you know, student needs backup. They need additional help. And that's why I have the new coaching calls. And the coaching calls are all unique and they're done live and it's based on the questions and the topics at hand. So they're done in a way that after every module is released, then there will be a coach to actually do a debrief and answer questions. Everyone has questions, right? Nobody studies a topic and then they have no questions about it. They might have a personal question, they might have a technical question, and so I will have a team ready to go through the stories, the success that will help you grow within the community, within the academy. So that's why this bonus too is so important. So if at any one point in time you're unsure, you need to hop on to one of these group coaching calls and you will be able to get answers. Now there will be 6 coaching calls in total, 6 coaching calls across a period of time that will help you clear your doubts and help you move forward. And of course, the coaches help you keep accountable. Listen, if you go to class and you don't report to the teacher, then you're not going to study the subject. It's just like school, right? So log on and watch it live, or if not, listen to the recording at least, and then you will be able to move forward in this education. All right, this coaching calls alone, it's $1,200. And this actually goes to the, the support team that actually manages this. And there's a lot of work behind the scene, as you know, to make this happen. And I'm going to include this as part of your enrollment. And that ensures that you follow through with the education. And so that brings us to a new total here. So as you can see, group coaching calls will be included if you just join us in one program. I think even if you stop here, it's already a really fantastic deal that we can offer so far. Now, here's one more thing. You know, the new QiMen Explorer that we are now working on, part of it's already ready, part of it will be ready by the time we launch the program, okay? So I want you to be able to use this for the next 12 months. So the next 12 months access, you will be able to have access to the QiMen Explorer, and this is not just the Explorer. This is the new version of it that actually includes the forecaster, the Oracle, the commands, and the contract, which we have already discussed as part of our QiMen Divination. That will speed up your entire learning process, and this is on top of the existing version that we have. This alone is a US $1,500 if I'm going to retail this eventually for students. Okay, so this is really cool, and this saves you a hell lot of time doing the charts by hand. Please take note that this special new version of the Explorer gets access to this. And as I said, this is a privileged access for those in my private training room. And the moment this private training room ends, so will access to this beta software that we have, the Oracle. Meaning, even those who are signing up for the advanced later on, the advanced tier later on, when we open it to the public, they will not have access. I repeat, they will not have access to the beta software that can enable the Oracle. Okay, so take note of this. Without access to this, they will be in the normal advanced tier, and there's no turning back. Okay, after this, we gotta close the enrollment, right? It's only useful for those who are in the program. So part of this package actually includes your access, your 12-month access to this, and if you would like in, this will be the time. So just so you know, right, this is the total value that you're seeing right now, and special only for those who are in this private training room. Now, I'm not going to end here. I'm going to make it even more interesting for you. I'm going to include bonus number 4. And this bonus number 4, why is it another $2,000 product? Because this is not filmed yet. This is going to be filmed, and it's going to be filmed with the members of my QiMen Club, those who have success in their practice, their real cases. And they will be filmed with some of the coaches, some consultants who have very successful cases. And we're going to break down that case. I'm going to show you how you can deploy the same format or the same strategies immediately. That's the key word here. This is why copy and paste works. Because sometimes there's always an element of guessing, right? Now, we're going to take that away by showing you what the real-life success cases are. And there will be interviews in this section, as either myself or my team members. We're going to interview the key people in the club or the coaches, and we're going to talk about all their secrets, and then we're going to break it down and show you how it is done. So this is useful for those who are actually studying QiMen. This is, by itself, a standalone program, and is worth every dollar in investment. And what we're going to do is we're going to include it as part of the package, okay? So now you can see that there's a lot of great value here. Now, up to this stage, you will walk away with all this value if you will just join us today as a privileged access enrollment member of our tribe, okay? So if you get in here, you already walk away with all this program. Now, the thing is, I can't just stop here. We got to go further. It's all about providing great value. So for your investment of this price, I'm going to offer you the key point to take your QiMen journey to the next level. This is the final bonus that will seriously elevate your practice and your skill level. If you've been following my work, you know that my live events can go anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. So you guys will have bonus 5, which is a special access to my 3-day program called QiMen Academy Live. And in the next event that is going to be held, it's going to be the best ever. And I'll give you 2 tickets to this. And these 2 tickets to this 3-day event, it's by itself a US $10,000 value. Okay, so this is so important. In this 3-day event, we cover a lot of topics that is not already in the training program itself. It includes new subjects, deeper insights, a lot of guest speakers who have used this successfully, and they will explain their secrets and their techniques. So you gotta be there in this live event. This is so cool. Now, why does it say here a 4-day pass instead of 3 when QiMen Academy is only a 3-day program? Well, because this is the extra 1 day that is not part of QiMen Academy, but it is called the Secret Day. Now, the Secret Day is a standalone program just for pros, okay? The Secret Day is just for pros. And you get an invitation to that as well. That's a standalone program, right? So you get this as QiMen Academy Live, a 3-day program, and a access to the pro level 1-day special where we're going to discuss deeper topics, anchor trainings, and of course, a discussion, a deep dive into the QiMen Oracle. And that's, I think it's so valuable for a lot of people who are practicing and want to see it live. So that's why this is an encouragement for you to come to this event live itself, okay? So for this, unfortunately for this, we really have a limit on this because for all live events, there's a huge cost to just the venue, the sound system, the staff, the people that we pay, to actually make the whole event work. So we have to limit this, and truly, we can only give away 50 sets of this right now. So if you're into this, you want to come for the event, please scroll down to the page right now and click on the enroll button, the sign up button, and it will take you to the enrollment page immediately, and you'll be the first to receive the access to this 3-day event. Okay, so that sort of, sums up every bonus that we have right here. And of course, the QiMen Academy, for you, it is a 4-day instead of a 3-day. The 4th day is an additional standalone day just for you guys. So that's QiMen Academy Live. And in summary, I hope you will scroll down to the page right now and click on the button and join me in the QiMen Academy Advance. Guys, you got to take action, and the time is now. Now, speaking about time, I think a lot of people have mentioned this before, so I'm going to address a little bit about this issue known as time and money. So this is also another important lesson I think we should be learning in life. Most people, in order to get more money, they will use their time in exchange for money. So think about this, right? You take on a job from 9 to 5, and then in order to get more money, what do? They take on a second job from 5 to 9 or 5 to late night to try and get more money. So generally, people use a lot of time to get more money. Now, then there are those who have the money, and what do? They try to leverage off their money to go and buy more time. So they will hire and they will employ and they will use other people's services so that they could leverage on more time. Now the thing is this, it's very hard to strike a real balance between the two, but what you really want to work on is to 10x this. Now how do you 10x this? This is like a scale, and in between this scale is really what you need to work on. This is called the leverage. And so you can do something with the amount of time which can give you 10x of the money. Or you can leverage your money, meaning you spend a certain amount of money, then get back, a huge amount of time. The thing is, the name of the game is not to look for the balance. The name of the game is to 10x or 100x the return. So if you're going to use your time, you got to use your time to get way more than what you could normally get. That is what we known as the leverage. And so if you want to spend money, you got to spend on or invest on something that get back to you a lot of time in return. This leverage is what you should be focusing on. You shouldn't be focusing on no time, not enough time on something. I'm just trying to get more time. You don't focus here. You don't try to focus, I don't have enough money, I don't have this. You're focusing, this is wrong. You got to focus on the leverage. Wait a minute, this triangle looks familiar. This triangle is what I've been trying to tell you, that this is, in fact, the QiMen unifying model. In QiMen, you're going to look at ways to strategize, use time more effectively to generate better success. If you don't like this word, you can replace it with success or fulfillment. Or you can use certain amount of your investment, of course, reasonable amount, into the QiMen unifying model and subsequently get more time as a result. That is what we're talking about. This is what we need in order to transform our lives. So here is a recap of the entire QiMen program that we are offering today. So if you decide to join us in the QiMen Academy this year, this is a $20,000 US value for the price of just $1,997. This is all you will be getting, and this is the leverage that I'm talking about right now. So scroll down the page right now, click on the enroll button, and take advantage of the limited bonuses that we have today for you. Now, if you're still on the fence, let me make this even more extra for you just this one time. This is so special that it's actually spatial just for you, okay? So here's the thing. Now, a lot of you were already in my first 100 for the private Zoom meeting. Now, this private meeting is priceless, okay? And we have absolutely run out of space for this, and we will not be reopening this in honor of those who are registered and took action early. Okay, so for those of you who are in that program, already signed up earlier on, you get this and whatever we're offering today. This is priceless. However, for the next 100 of you who want to join us and are on the fence right now, this is something so special just for you, and we're offering for the first time ever. We're going to offer a recorded broadcast of the upcoming QiMen Academy 3-day program live. Okay, so we're going to record this 3-day event, and we're going to offer this to the first 100 of you who register for this program this year right now. So if you want to be part of this, and we're very strict on the limited bonus, if you would like this, then now is the time for you to take action. And one last bonus. Here's the thing. If you enroll now, we're going to ensure you and guarantee you that for all the upcoming bonuses or additional upcoming bonuses that we may have as a result in the next couple of days. So, sometimes we get questions and we get a lot of feedback, and then we might actually have unannounced bonuses right now. And if we have those bonuses, I want you to be assured that you will also be part of that bonus as well. So this is a guarantee of the upcoming, if we have any additional bonuses in the next couple of days starting right now. So QiMen Academy officially will be launched in the next couple of weeks, and in that enrollment, the bonuses will be different than what it's offered here right now at this point in time. And this private training room will close in the next couple of days, and once it's closed, you will no longer have access to the QiMen Divinity program. That program will not be part of the bonus when we are launching the QiMen Academy in a couple of weeks from now. So there you go, guys. This is the special enrollment privilege just for you guys here in my private training room. And just a reminder for all you here, the QiMen Divinity program will not be available. We're not part of the bonuses when QiMen Academy opens for the official enrollment a couple of weeks from now. So you guys now have access until August 31st, where we're going to officially close the privileged access to all those of you who want to enroll in this program. And just a reminder, there are limited bonuses such as the access to the live events, as well as the recording to the QiMen Academy Live, the 3-day event. So if you want in, now would be a great time. Guys, how else can you really win in the time versus money game? For $2,000, really, here are your options. You can really spend 10 times the amount to get an MBA. And maybe with an MBA, they get you a promotion to pay you $500 a month and maybe get to keep your current job in the current economy. Or maybe you can spend the same amount of money on a disgruntled minimum wage worker working for 3 months and hopefully trainable, and hopefully that saves you time, and hopefully that helps you bring in some revenue. Or maybe you could get a piece of this. Now, you could have a lifetime access to the QiMen Academy materials, learn a skill that you could use a lifetime and not just help yourself, but everyone else that is dear in your life. And at the same time, 10x your life. Now, really, all investments come with some risk. You know that. But I'm going to completely eliminate all the risk for you because I truly believe that this program will change your life. There are only 2 things that can happen here when you join our program. Number one, first, you join the program and you follow the steps that is in all this training, the entire training program, and you dramatically change your life. You see massive gains in your income, and you come back and share your story with the community here, and hopefully at that time you will thank me later. Now, the second thing is this. You enroll yourself, and you start off strong, you're all gung-ho, and then you got busy, you got distracted along the way, and you end up doing nothing at all. Or, God forbid, you just found that this entire thing is not your thing, and that's totally okay. Sometimes it may happen, and if that ever happens, just let us know within 30 days and send us a note, and I want you to know, you're completely protected by my 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're going to join our program and you really don't like it halfway or you can't follow through within the 30 days, there'll be no fuss, no harms, and truly no hard feelings. So you can get a full refund within that 30 days. Okay, so number one, either you get a crazy rich QiMen return or you get your money back. Either way, you will not lose. Here is what I truly recommend. And if you're really, really undecided, then don't try and decide now. Why don't you just try the program? Click on the button below, join the program, and within 30 days, see for yourself how things work out. You will get instant access to all my work, and you'll see all the materials, all the training. You already got this far, and you've seen some of this training. You get a lot more, and see what the program can do for you. And if you like it, continue with it. If not, then you know what to do, right? You're just one click away from total transformation. So please, scroll down this page right now, click on the button, and join me. Just for now, try it for yourself, make that change. Now, for those of you who are already going to the page right now, thank you so much for joining me in this program. Let me tell you a story for those of you who are still on the verge of deciding. While I wait for you guys, we still have a question and answer session after this. We're going to have a debrief, and we're going to be talking, and we still have prizes to give away. So while you're still waiting for that, let me tell you a story from the continuation from the desert story we heard later on. So at the same desert, I want to show you this picture of the desert, and it's really hot, and as you can see, the sun is scorching, and the floor is really cracking. And there was this guy who didn't find the oasis, and he was really looking to get back to the city, and he was really lost in the hot desert. And so this guy was walking and walking and walking, and he's losing energy, is in the heat, is sweating, and he doesn't have any water left. He's been out of water for quite some time now, and at some point he felt like he's almost giving up. Okay, so as he looked over the mountains, he discovered that, hey, that looks like a cave at the mountains. So, with whatever energy he has left, he tried to walk as much as possible, crawl his way, and all the way he make it to the cave. And so, lo and behold, it was a cave indeed. And so he went into the cave, and now it's much cooler, and he's resting a bit, but really thinking of how he's going to make it out of this desert. Now, he was looking around the cave with whatever energy he's left, and he discovered that at a corner of the cave there was actually a pump. And this pump here looks like it's not been used for a long time, but hey, what's the pump for? What the pump for is obviously to pump water. So now he looks at the pump and he says, this must be a sign from the gods that he's praying to, or this universe. He's been hoping for, water, and now there's this pump. And so he started pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, and there was no water after like 10, 20 minutes pumping. And he was more than tired than before, and is even more thirstier than before. He felt like dying. And so he fell onto the floor, almost taking his last breath, and then on the side of his hand, he touched what seemed to be a bottle. And so he moved the sand around, and he discovered that there was indeed a bottle. And inside the bottle, there was water. So he was so happy that, another wish of his come true. There was water miraculously found in that cave. And so he took that bottle, and almost he wanted to drink that water, and then he saw a note that is attached to this bottle of water. And on that piece of note, it says, pour all the water in this bottle into the pump to start the pump. Now, let me ask you this question. If you are this person in that cave, thirsty, tired, and you saw this bottle of water, and you have the instruction to pour everything onto the pump or to get it working, or you can drink that water and survive right now, which would be your choice? Why don't you write your answer on the chat room right now? Let me have a look at the answer. What do you think? Okay, now you got to pour everything, or you can drink the water. You can choose either A or B. Okay, because you know that if you don't pour the water, the machine might not work. And if you drink all the water, you possibly have to make it out of this desert alive. Okay, choose one. I know some of you are thinking, I'm going to drink a little bit and pour a little bit and test it and see. But let's be real here, right? You got to go all the way, or you don't go at all. All right, let me tell you what really happened. So after some time contemplating this, he finally decided that he probably would die anyway. So he decided to follow the instructions and pour everything onto the pump. Okay, so after he poured in the pump, he started pumping and pumping and pumping. And for the first couple of minutes, he thought, oh shit, nothing is happening, all right? But he thought, you know what, I'm just giving it my all. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to pour all my energy in. I'm going to keep the faith and see what happens. And after 10 minutes of almost being exhausted, almost to the point of dying, water started pouring out from that pump. And all of a sudden, he saw hope, and he saw that his prayers was answered. And so he drank to his heart's content and even took a shower. Now he felt fully energized. And so now he took his own bottle and filled up his own bottle, and then he searched around, now that the water is pumping, and actually below where he found the bottle of water earlier on, there was actually a note that's still covered in the sand. So he took out this piece of note, and it says, "Thank you for having faith. Please fill up this bottle of water for the next traveler." And below this note, there was another piece of paper. So that piece of paper actually is the map. And that map itself points out to exactly where the city is, where he needs to go. And had he not taken that leap of faith in pouring that water on the pump, he would have gone the wrong way and he would have died anyway. Had he drank the water and moved on, he might have gone the wrong way and died anyway. But because of this, now he filled up his own bottle, had enough water, he knows the shortest way to the city, he is safe. And so he filled up the bottle of water as instructed. He now put it back in the original position, but he did one thing. He took out his pen and wrote on the note, on the instruction itself, have faith. And he buried that note below the water for the next person who's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of us are in the verge of making decisions, and sometimes, like this person in this story, a lot of us are in crossroads of our life, not knowing what's the best decision. And all it really takes is that small leap of faith to change one's entire destiny. So I hope at this stage, you will also make that leap of faith and decide to join me in this year's QiMen Academy. So one last thing here. This offer will automatically expire at midnight on the 31st of August. That's less than 3 days from now. And once it expires, you won't be able to see a bundle like this again. And even in the opening of our annual QiMen Academy a couple of weeks from now, the QiMen Divinity program and all the bonuses that we talk about will not be the same. It will not be here as mentioned for you guys. The time is now. I hope that we will take this journey together and master the art of QiMen Dunja. We're going to take a short break right now, and I'll see you in a few moments.
So I did the online course, which is amazing, and you learn a lot there. And so I started the journal, and over the past few months, I've been documenting and doing sage mode, and learning the different deities, the different stems, the different stars in the doors, and using that. And each time you add a different layer to it. So I set goals a few months ago, and just before I came here from South Africa, I went through my journal again, and I ticked off all the goals that actually came true. And it was amazing, like to the point. Like if you ask for so much money, the exact same amount comes to you. Like it's actually just so wonderful to know that you have a tool like this that can match your ambition in life. So yeah, I have been using it.
QiMen has helped me a lot in terms of evidential occurrences and asking, and it's been really amazing actually. Now I'm doing only for my family, and it's really worked wonders.
I can identify what is the good things and the bad things of the atmosphere or the energy around you. So now I know these things, and I do a little changes in my life, and now it's working well.
I'm a complete newbie when it comes to QiMen, so this is my first QiMen class. I haven't really applied it. The only thing I've done is I use Sage Path on myself, or have been doing that for the past 2 years, and it's been a miracle. Yeah, it's completely transformed my career as well. I suddenly get jobs that I wouldn't get before. It pays my bills essentially. So Sage Path is absolutely great, and that's also why I started to become more and more interested in QiMen overall. There are a lot of skeptic people out there, and just because you're skeptic doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to you. I mean, Donald Trump doesn't believe in climate change, yet it exists, right? So it's not like you're completely unaffected just because you don't believe in it. Give it a try, be open-minded, and you'll see it changes your life.
Because I find that especially in my line of work, part of my job is to build business strategy. So I need to look ahead of helping my company to divert the resources to either areas of opportunities or to avoid threats. So I got introduced to QiMen, I was very fascinated that it is really a strategic tool where you can use the forecasting chart to help you anticipate your actions and what's the likely outcome, what's the likely pitfall. Then you know, then you can be a better strategist. So since learning QiMen, I've been applying it in my line of work to help me at least anticipate what's to come, so then I can give the proper or the right advice or the actions that my company should take.
I'm taking QiMen to better my life and the life of others, my clients, and especially my family. My kids a couple of them are in business, and my youngest son also, to help him compete, he's in sports. So QiMen can help the life of others by using activations, using placement, because it makes the result much better than without it. It's doing something without taking a chance. You know that the results are going to be positive. So QiMen is something above feng shui in Chinese astrology that can help you get results.
This year is actually my second year attending this QiMen program. So after my first year, I went back to university overseas and I applied whatever I learned in my studies and in my extracurricular activities. And I did see some exceptional results which were a little bit hard to believe as well. I was a bit skeptical when I first started it, but I found that the more I practice it and the more I use it, I start to notice changes better. And then you would say that QiMen works because you start to notice the results much faster, more often you use it.
I've seen its applications in forecasting as well as manifesting, and I personally experienced success stories as well. So obviously I want to deep dive as much as possible into further applications. Okay, so I'm actually changing jobs, and this new job was actually the result of a manifestation that I did. In the beginning, you're supposed to visualize the outcome, and I've always had trouble visualizing, but there was this one time when we did it, and when I did it, and just saw myself in the job itself. And the interview process went smoothly, and at every step of the way I forecasted what kind of questions were going to come up and how to answer those questions. And there was a HS in the outcome box, and really enough, in less than 4 weeks, I got the offer. So yeah, that was just really amazing, and so that just reaffirms the faith that this actually works.
I hope you have enjoyed this session or these 4 days with us, and please don't let the journey end. Don't let the journey end. This is just the starting point. You have now been introduced to QiMen Dunja, particularly QiMen Divinity. And take your journey, take this next step, take this leap of faith, really spend time working on this leverage, because this leverage would really transform the time and money aspect of your life. So time is no longer equals to money. You have a leverage over this. So, or maybe your money can be used more effectively to create more time for your family, for your dreams, to make a true difference in your life or other people's lives. I want to thank you on behalf of my team that is here tonight. Thank you so much, and I sincerely hope to see you in the next QiMen Academy. Enrollments are officially open just for you guys right now in the special private training room, and they will close. They will close on the 31st of August. Thank you so much for being part of this program, and I truly hope to see you inside the QiMen Academy. Thank you.